You are listening to Kickspot.
And we're back here at the Kickspot.
I wasn't ready for that. That was nice.
and we are here with Luis. In our first segment, we got to know about him and, what brought him into the hospitality hotel industry. And we also talked about a little bit about the career path, about, how to be able to move up within the company. I did end off the segment with some, reviews, the positive reviews and the negative reviews.
We can talk about that.
And Luis, I don't know if you know this, but my dad used to own a hotel, actually 2 hotels.
That's awesome.
So I was actually in the hospitality.
I did not know that.
And at a underage, working at the age of 13, I was in the front desk doing stuff. And I saw a lot of stuff.
As you should.
I saw a lot of stuff.
Did you do something called a bucket check?
No.
That's going to make a lot of people that actually work in the hotel laugh.
My dad. It's like the plumbing stuff, like going in there. Is that what it is?
No.
I was gonna say I've done everything. I've done
Explain the bucket.
The bucket check is an old, super freaking old, registration card thing where you have a bucket filled with dividers of room numbers, right? So we can have 1 through 100. If you had 100 rooms, right? 1 through 100. And so you check in and you print a registration card, you would sign it, and I would put it behind room number 5 if you were in room 5.
Oh, no.
And so we got to go through that thing. And
the little thing.
This is a bucket check.
Yeah. I did exactly that.
So like the bucket check, it got ancient about 10 years ago, and some hotels were still doing it. When I got here, we were still doing it. And that is so old and so tedious and so dumb. And what happens is just if you check out, just take your registration card on and then put the other one. And why do we need that if we have like a technology computer? God only knows why. Because it's like breaking out the old 30-pound ledger book and writing your name in, which we did in 1942.
Yeah, and then we would like copy like the people's driver's licenses and everything too, and we would put it behind the thing with a paper clip and just like attach everything with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then for like cash people, it sucked because we didn't have a lot of information. So if they would just they literally would stay over or like break something, we were screwed.
Yeah.
So it was horrible. And,
it's crazy.
There were a lot of things that I got to see. I got to see in the middle of the night because my dad made me work overnight as a 13-year-old child, which,
that's what Asian parents do.
Asian parents do. I learned work ethic at an early age. I would get, random people to come to the hotel, and then within a couple hours, they would come out and they would say, oh, we didn't like the room.
Yeah. That's called a day use.
That's kind of odd. You didn't put credit card information. You didn't want to give me your driver's license, and you paid in cash.
I can pinpoint 100%, 100% when someone's having an affair.
Yeah.
If you check into my hotel,
I got to see that, and then also I got to see people would take up a 6-wheeler, and back in the day, in the early 2000s, there weren't like plasma TVs. So they would get the big box things and put it on there and put the blanket over. And I'm like, what are you guys doing still in the TV?
Oh, dude,
so
I
got to see a lot through that experience. Yeah. And I was so naive as a child that I didn't really get and understand why.
Right.
There was women wearing like half clothes and going into
But believe it or not, I think that
hours.
gave you a huge perspective into how many different kinds of people you meet. And you met, rednecks and trashy people and day use rooms and very sophisticated people, and people are just passerbys, and you get to see everyone.
Yeah,
you get to see everyone.
Yeah, my dad he wasn't running a motel. He was running a Best Western. Yeah. In suites. In suites. So I would say that it's over 100 rooms.
Well, hey, Best Western's fire.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Best Western's fire.
Yeah.
I will say.
If you just need a bed and a TV.
Yeah. I mean,
that's fuego. And you have the pools.
You get free continental breakfast.
Oh my God, that's money right now. That's extra money right now.
Can I just describe what I just experienced with these two? Literally, right when Jinu was like, my dad just around. Literally, you guys both had the hard eyes for each other. That was the emoji that I saw.
Well, we talked. No, he doesn't get to have this conversation about what his dad did for everybody.
But also the beauty is it actually it rolls us through our next topic,
right?
Which is the funniest thing.
Thank you for keeping us on track.
Because with those experiences, it's so many funny stories that you guys probably both have,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Absolutely.
So what Luis did is to highlight some of those funny
Wow.
moments and experiences with, to share those items.
Yeah.
He created a famous Instagram page called HotelMemes. Follow HotelMemes on Instagram.
Well, if you're about to ask what it's called Hotel
it
Memes.
literally is called HotelMemes. So
and may I add, I'm so sorry. That was probably the most beautiful transition I've ever freaking seen in my life. And I've seen MJ play. Okay, that was nice.
thank you.
It was
But
a great assist.
yeah.
That was really good.
So I guess the question is,
I gotta
guess-
flatter him. See, I'm a true hotelier.
Man, I'm like,
He'll take
yeah,
it.
exactly.
He'll take it.
He's blushing.
He'll take it.
So the question is what made you create Hotel Memes, and what was the first meme? Because there's like 4,000 posts in there.
Yeah.
So what was like your first ever meme, and how
There's
did
436 posts. I have
436? Sorry,
29,000 followers.
Dang, 29,000.
Which is
Clout.
the most fuego Hotel Memes page, and it's the 29,000. I mean, these meme pages that have 5 million, I don't rival them, but they circulate content.
Yeah.
It's not original.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not hating. I don't ever think of this, but when I talk about my Hotel Memes pages, 98% of the content that's on my page, I've created. I get help from my staff. Shout out to a lot of people throughout my hospitality.
Shout 'em out. All of
Well,
them.
there's too many. There's too many.
What's your experience?
Yeah,
but that give me ideas, or that give me the caption, the right caption. But and let's deduct anybody else's contribution. 90% of the content is my own. Through my experience of 13 and a half years in hospitality. I remember this one time when I created the page in 2014. I was asking the guests to leave at 1 p.m. when checkout was at 11, and the room was absolutely trashed.
Yeah.
And they told me, I'll be out in 5 minutes. And I said, okay. But in my mind, I was like, there's no effing way you're out of here in 3 days.
Yeah.
If you start cleaning today.
Was that in Laguna Beach?
Yeah, it was in Laguna. And that I had just seen a picture that kind of represented that to me.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what a meme is.
Yeah.
Right? A meme is a picture that represents something else that the picture didn't represent originally, that you're trying to say something. It's like a Latin thing too. Some guy told me in a sauna that a meme is actually not, like, I thought a meme was something that's a 19-year-old made up 2 years ago. But a meme is actually like a Latin word.
Huh.
Like legit 100%.
What does it mean?
We should look it up while we do this.
All right, go
our
ahead.
stat boy. So I had these ideas. I always had these ideas, and they live in me. So what I do is I look at something and I think that original thing is funny, and I'll just keep it in a folder. And then when something kind of synapses, like when something happens that meets that one picture, I'll put it together, and I really quickly will create a meme. The caption for a lot of memes is the funniest part, because you can have a fire meme, but not have. Read it.
All right, so a meme is an element of a culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another by non-genetic means, especially imitation. However, 1970s, from the Greek mimeia.
Well, I said Latin, but it's
mimema,
Greek. Yeah.
That which is imitated on the pattern of gene. That's what a meme is.
Right, and that right there, that's the whole podcast right there. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Right now. Let's go home. Shut it down. that is a lot of people know that. I literally legit to this guy told me that what you read in a sauna at the 24 Hour
That's
Fitness on the
awkward.
street. Yeah, because somebody was talking to me about a memes page, and he goes, well, a meme means all that shit you just said. And I was like, I thought like Jinu invented that in 2018, and it was like some millennial shit.
Yeah.
But really,
do you remember your first meme?
yeah, that was the first meme I described. That was the first meme, and it was in 2015. And so again, not to be cliche, I got the page. Dude, Hotel Memes existed, like, wow, right? And I got the page. It's a page that I converted over with when I was in college. I was and I was in business school. I was tasked to create a fake Instagram page for my car wash place.
Okay.
So I did La Bubbles Car Wash. It was a fake ass page, but I did it because I was going to, I was in business class, and that was the page that you had to do. And like legit, I got like 400 followers on that page. Fake ass car wash page. I didn't even have, it was called Bubbles Car Wash. But I was like proving to my teacher, I can have anyone join my page. Like I just went around asking people to join my Bubbles Car Wash page because I knew so many people, and they joined it.
Yeah.
Then that Bubbles Car Wash page actually transitioned over. When I wanted to have my first HotelMemes, I didn't create a whole new hotel. I just changed the name of Bubbles Car Wash to HotelMemes. I erased all the other stupid car wash pictures that I had there for the school part. And then I posted my first one that was then. And then I told myself, it's not about the followers. It's not about the likes.
Yeah.
It's not about it. It's like whenever I think something's funny, I'm just going to post it. It's going to be fun. And then I started showing my coworkers. My coworkers obviously were the first ones to join and to do everything. And they would crack up and they were like, dude, that's exactly how I'm thinking. And I'd get, some of my first ones that are super fuego have like 10 likes.
Super fuego.
Super fuego. It's regular fuego and then super fuego.
I know, that's like your term. Super fuego.
They have like 10, 15 likes. And like if I put them today, they'd have like, 5,000, 6,000 likes. But it was never about that. I love the comments that people do, the same situations that we're all in. Early check-ins, late checkouts, demanding guests is not privy to just my property. It's to everybody that has a hotel.
What's the meme that had the most likes, and why do you think that that meme had the most likes?
There was this one guy. I'm not gonna look it up, but it's videos of which I think is the most bravado and the scariest, because you put yourself out there as a meme, and as content. And I've before I answered the question, I've put people up that asked me to put it up, and then they told me, dude, take that shit down. I'm in trouble.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this guy, I forget his Instagram name, but he posts himself up, and he just goes, can I just see a credit card and a photo ID? And then the guest didn't have it, and he goes, no credit card, no ID, boom, next. And he just like gets her out of the way, and then she moves, and so like everybody loved that, because that's like, dude, that thing has like 50-something thousand views, in a page that at that time only had like 15,000 followers.
Yeah.
And so it just got moved around a lot, and it has like 400 or 500 comments, which is a lot for a page that tiny.
But why do you think that was the one?
Because the people felt it. The people, whatever we're trying to do, resonates with what reality is. But also the front desk agent typically is a little bit more jaded. Remember I told you, there's the hoteliers and then just people that work at hotels. Okay, the front desk agents that you guys are gonna encounter are not hoteliers. That's the reality of life. If I just call Hilton, there's 5,600 Hiltons in the world. But then let's go to Marriott. Now it's Bonvoy or whatever, Marriott, and it's all a big thing, Hyatt. And then there's 40, 60,000 hotels in the world. That's a lot of employees.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay? 3% are hoteliers.
Yeah.
The rest are just working there to pay for something or to do something. They fucking hate you the moment you walk in.
Yeah.
Right? So you just have to get the right vibe, and they're all trying to create these experiences. But so we did it off of what are pet peeves of what us. I mean, there's server memes, hotel memes. There's there's probably car wash memes and
probably.
whatever it was. But we nailed it so good to the sentiment of that one specific meme that people go, oh, hell yeah. So now I go through my memes page, and it's just comments of people like sharing it.
Do you think that most of the people that are liking or following your page are people that have been in hospitality or in the hospitality industry currently?
96% again. And there's a lot of my own personal friends that follow the page that think it's, they don't think...
I think it's funny as hell.
But not every single one.
Yeah.
There's some that you go, holy crap, I know of hotels.
Yeah.
And this one's funny. The other one, you're like, I don't get it. Safira's done that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get what you just posted, and I explain it to her.
She really DMs you. Like, I don't get it, Luis.
Or just whatever. She just goes, "What did you just do right there?" And she works in a,
hospitality too. She's a restaurant. Yeah.
and so she has to please people, right? So, there's some things that just go boom. And I follow Server Memes. It's a huge page. I've never been a server. I will never be a server ever in this life. That's some of that stuff is funny.
Yeah, and people that are in the hospitality and server business, I mean, it's not like they can bitch and complain a lot, because if you're in that industry and they get to see you and they're like, oh, that's the guy. That's the guy that talk proud about You know, I've always thought about this concept, and it's in a negative sense, and that's why I've never started this business. But if anybody wants to take this idea, I think it would do well. Is that, you know how there's Glassdoor and all these Yelp reviews? You don't ever get to see the owner's perspective and what they're going through. So to create a website about the employees, because the employees are the ones that end up reviewing that business. So if you were to write about an employee and say, you know what, they quit on their own, they were doing drugs, they were doing this or they were doing that, at least it shows your side of the story, and that website could technically blow up really big.
So what happened with the reviews was, in the 80s and 90s and 70s, whatever, there used to be, there was no technology, so it was this newspaper columnist, Luis Campillo. I'm the master of Italian cuisine. And so you read my column on the LA Times every Sunday to pick the hottest news spots. But then I became corrupt, and now your news spot is not hot unless I say it is.
Yeah.
And if you don't give me the 5 G's that I asked you, your spot's not hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So then people said, "Man, this thing is corrupt. Let's give the people the power." Then the people get the power. Then what happened? Dumb people got the power. Dumb people became in power, and now I get like threatened with a review. Some people say, "Oh, I don't want to write a review." I'm like, "Dude, go ahead and do it, bro. I'm gonna lose nothing from that." Yeah. But they think it's this weapon. So I think it's both of them. If you gave the employees their own review site, it wouldn't do a lot for.
I meant the business owner.
Oh, the business
owner.
So
gets
what
to
I'm
write about the employee.
Oh, sorry. So what I'm trying to say is it's like a mixture of both. So what we have to do is empower the right people to write reviews. And you just said earlier you're an elite Yelper because of the amount of reviews you've written. But what I'm saying is you have to be you have to be a master of to be a master, you have to be a master of like a one thing. You can't be a master of all, right? So I'm thinking, pick 3 things. There's a website. You pick 3 things. I know breakfast burritos, I know hotels, and I know bikini bars, right? That's what I do. So I'm only going to write about those things, and I'm going to subscribe myself as a master of those things. I cannot write a review about anything else, about any other business, of the things that I told myself, and I cannot change it for 1 year. Then when I write it, if I write a review, it doesn't get posted. I have to kind of get accredited to write a review. Once I do, you're like, dude, this guy loves burritos. He got accredited by burritos. I'm a business owner. Come to my burrito spot. I'll give you 50% off.
The only reason why I don't like that idea is because if it's a brand new business owner that doesn't really know what he's doing, he's just getting criticized in his business. And then what ends up happening is that he ends up shutting down because nobody wants to go there.
Yeah.
So I would want somebody to give their own opinion, because they could say, hey, an employee, quit because of this reason. And this is what I was going through during that time. Like, I would love to have that employee, and I'm only speaking from experience.
Yeah, that's what I like. Glassdoor does that. I love that in an internal way of like, hey, I'm thinking about working for Hilton, and now I can talk trash on Hyatt. Maybe I'll never get hired by Hyatt again, but Hyatt slave drives their managers. I worked for Hyatt. They work them to the bone for absolutely no reason. Because their predecessors did that. So if you go on Glassdoor and you look for a job in Hyatt, every single comment's gonna be like, brah, from a manager perspective. They told me to be there 17 days, straight days for no reason. Like, they slave drive. If you try to leave after 10 or 12 hours, they look at you like, dude, you're a lazy bum.
Yeah. No, I only say that because, I ran a business myself, and the crazy thing was I would be upfront and tell them exactly how everything's gonna plan out. And then when things didn't go their way, they would end up leaving and writing a negative review on Glassdoor about my company.
For sure. Yep.
And I never got to fight back. And what's interesting about those businesses, Glassdoor, Yelp, and some of the review sites, you call them and say, hey, this isn't true, and you try to fight it, then they ask for payment.
Yeah.
That is how they make their money.
Yeah, but doesn't Yelp have the business owner able to comment back on?
You can, but at the same time,
it's not as powerful as taking
it
an
off.
urgent review off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
for
no,
sure.
I know. Yeah,
but the fact that you have to pay for those services, that's
and
what
you
I
already know who they're
dislike.
backing. Exactly. They're credit card companies.
Yeah.
You know, a guest can stay here and then dispute the bill, and Amex is going to take it off. They did stay here. So it's how do we fight back as business owners and actually service providers? I totally get you. And I think that that's the site that I'm trying to provide, where somebody is going to go with true, true reviews from people, because now you have to, you go to Yelp or TripAdvisor or whatever, you have to cipher through reviews, because there's such things as like, oh my God, this was the best hotel of all time. They don't give you shit. That's not a review. That's not a review. How do you get anything from that? Or this is the worst hotel I've ever been in. No one cares about you here, right? How is that a review? Right? You have to say things like, man, they have no bell service.
Yeah.
Their pool's open from 10 to 12. Like informational stuff that would help you pick the decision. That's how you're doing it. Now, and internally as a business owner, like Glassdoor, they're doing that. Very, very few people really even look at that when they're looking for a job, because they just want a job. And I think that they're gonna find that. I just know that the Glassdoor with Hyatt, that I saw that before I got hired there, and I really just overlooked it, even though I remember someone saying, man, dude, they work you to the bone.
I will. The only reason why I got into Yelp is because I've always found that most people will make efforts on negative reviews than positive reviews.
Yep.
They will always do that. And so I decided to take it upon myself to say, you know what, if I get the best service, if I get great food, if the ambience is great, that I would rather take the time to be able to post positive reviews instead of negative reviews. And I think what you did well is that you're taking something that, you know, the hospitality industry really wants to talk about, but they can't. But you're doing it in a funny way.
Yeah.
Whereas my method was, you know what, let's just create a website and just start bashing some of the other people, you know, and that's why I never created that website. But I think it's great that you were able to actually at least have some humor, integrated.
I think that's coming. That what's coming up for the business owner. I think the next wave, and like again, remember we gave a few people way too much power, then we gave the masses way too much power, and I think that it's going to cycle into what I'm talking about, where it's going to go back to a few people that are knowledgeable about what they're talking about that power. I literally don't log in to hear NBA news from like my neighbor, right? I go to ESPN. I go to the correct. We do that as a humans. Mm-hmm. We go, who knows their shit?
Credibility.
Let's go to the person, right?
Yeah.
So I want to create a website where TripAdvisor, what the fuck is their algorithm, right? What is their algorithm to rank hotels? No one knows. But somehow you're in the top 5 if you do business with them. Money, duh, right? So other hotels that don't want to do it or can't afford it, that are great, don't get that right, don't get the hype. Yelpers, and nothing against you, you do take the time. But what I'm saying is, like, how do I know you're a burrito king? Like, how do I know you
I am.
I am a burrito king, right?
Yeah,
like, I love breakfast burritos, and so I will comment on that. So what I try to do is what I call the new one is the neutral review, where I just go, man, this was good, this was kind of bad. If you want to go there, dude, fly it. The price, I focus on certain things: pricing, the taste, like what you get for what you pay for.
Yeah.
Right? Not my own experience. They might have, dude, I walked into a store, shitty motherfucker, right? Horrible service. It was his own store. He didn't have to be nice to me. Dude, I own the spot, right? I don't care. Burrito was so bomb. I'd go there every day. But not order it from him. But it was fire. It was fuego. So super fuego.
Super.
So you know what I'm saying? That guy's shit. But your product is great.
Yeah, but not a lot of people think like you. I mean, negativity at the end of the day always sells.
Right.
Negativity, trash, garbage. I mean, I mean, Netflix does a great job of that too, and nothing bad about Netflix. But when you watch the documentary, like Carol Baskin, everybody thinks that she's like, yeah. I mean, you're laughing right now because people have this view. I actually watched
It's just entertaining. It's not even trash.
Well,
It's
she's gonna be on that dance show now.
Yeah.
yeah, Dancing with the Stars.
And Dancing with the Stars. And what she said was, Netflix portrayed me as a negative person, and I want to make sure that I show my side of the story. I want to show like another side of me. I don't care what anybody thinks about
Through dance.
but that's the thing. That's the thing.
She killed her husband.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not.
She
saying,
should be dancing with a lion.
I'm not saying anything
Not like a
positive or
human.
negative. But I'm just saying that in society, in our life, negativity sells the most.
Oh my God.
And
yeah.
even with music,
Yeah.
negative stuff sells the most
Yeah.
out of anything that's
It's
positive or creative.
no, I mean when somebody creates a great experience for me at a hotel or at a food place, man, I tip them.
Yeah.
That's the way I write a good review.
Yeah.
I give them my money. When somebody pisses me the fuck off, I take all that anger and I write a bad review, right? So how is that even in the same platform? We're not. It has to change. So right now, this is where I officially announce, okay, that I'm running for president. No. That needs reform in the review game. Straight up, fuck Yelp, fuck TripAdvisor, fuck all these review sites. We gotta make it right where an accredited person, a person that knows what the fuck they're talking about, leaves a review. So a person that knows how to read a review reads the review of someone that knows who the fuck they're talking about. So that's what I'm saying. That platform right now does not exist.
What's difficult because you're talking about somebody else's perspective as well too. So
No, that's what I'm saying. No,
So-
it is. But what I was
So
saying is
someone's
like,
standards
why
might
are
be
you
different.
leaving me reviews of everywhere you go though?
But you did say $400 for one person is different for $400 from a different person, right?
But
So
let the
that's the same
but let
thing.
the company but let the company deal with that. That's what I'm saying. Let the company deal with the perception at that time, so you can get out of there and not leave a review. That's what I'm saying. When you're going to leave a review, you can't leave a review of everywhere you walk into. You're not an expert at that.
I love how passionate both of you guys are on this. It looks like you guys were about to fight each other. I love that.
Fisticuffs.
But
I love it.
I
You
did
guys-
that. He told me to bring my gloves.
you guys both make a point about the reviews. I see your point as far as having a more credible source for a review so you can make a better
Yes.
decision.
Now, yup.
I also see the point. I
love you, Yelp.
Because I also feel like
I do.
as a regular consumer,
Because they give you the power to write a review.
No, what I'm saying is, as a regular bystander, I also have my opinion that I would love for the corporate America or for whatever company that is to be able to hear, and so they can make the changes. So I see both point of view. However, we do need to start on our next segment here. I do love it. I love the passion, gentlemen.
That wasn't a very good transition.
You know
Did
what I'm
you?
saying?
That was a horrible transition.
No,
but
it
if I
wasn't.
may end it with the pages HotelMemes.
Follow Hotel Memes, yo.
On Instagram. If you've ever even stayed at a hotel, I think the next segment I'm gonna give some PSAs and some do's and don'ts
Yeah.
on how
Yes,
to
yes.
survive a great vacation.
How to have the best experience of your life.
But if you really just want to see our side of the story and laugh a little bit, HotelMemes.com. Yeah, right. There's no website.
There's no
It's just
website.
Hotel Memes.
You are listening to Kickspot.